Hey guys, this is Alex from Hoops Island. After our last video talking about some of USA's takeaways from their exhibition games, I decided to look at this from a little bit of a different angle and kind of weigh some of their challengers. Who are the teams this year that, because of their depleted roster and their lack of star power and yada yada yada, which one of these international teams actually has the chops to beat them? So I have 5 teams here, and I just want to kind of go over each and every one of them. As FIBA starts tomorrow, it's a good way to start, scoping out the competition. So let's begin. At number 5, we have Spain. Spain has generally been known as kind of like the big USA rivals in the Olympics. They've had, some of the most powerful teams. They were known as the second best team in the world. I mean, even up to today, that's still mostly debatable now. We'll get into some teams that might be challengers for that spot. Right now, the things that Spain has going for them are, their chemistry. They have really old core that has stayed together through a lot of different Olympics. There's a lot of corporate knowledge there, led by guys like Marc Gasol, Ricky Rubio, Sergio Llull. So as you can see, like with some of their plays here, you can see how they set the back screens, like very precise. Even on this play, you see how Marc Gasol clears out the court to then set up the side pick and roll to get an open dunk. They have guys that can move the ball. They have guys that understand kind of like how to read and react off of defense, and a lot of that comes with knowing each other and knowing each other's tendencies. And that's kind of the thing that you see people talk a lot about with the USA, and they say the lack of experience. That's where that really shows up. Some of the things that are working against them, though, is that they are old. 8 of their 12 players are 30 or over. That's led by guys like Marc Gasol, who's 34, Rudy Fernandez, who's 34, Sergio Llull, who's 31, and on top of that, they're missing players such as Nikola Mirotic, Serge Ibaka, Pau Gasol, and Sergio Rodriguez. So what they do have is they do have enough guys that can still kind of run their offense and play that type of like Spain basketball that has given a lot of teams trouble. And the cons there are still that they're dealing with age, and that means lack of athleticism. Durability issues can come up during the course of the tournament, but we'll see. They're still a talented bunch. They still just have enough of that basketball IQ where I could see them still surprising teams that might be even more athletic or more talented than they are. Next, we have Greece. There's 3 things that really scare me when it comes to Greece. The first, Giannis Antetokounmpo. The second, Greek Freak. Third, Giannis. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. Giannis is the best player in this tournament. He is a two-way monster that, on the defensive end, he's able to kind of survive a little bit at the 5 against these FIBA bigs where, he can guard pick and rolls, get out in space and defend the shot, and come back and still block a shot. He can be everywhere and at the same time. He's a monster in transition to the point where with one of the games I was watching against Turkey, they just, whenever he got the ball and it was even a semi-transition opportunity, they just intentionally fouled with him. So even though his surrounding team doesn't necessarily have like that elite talent that really pops out and scares you, just having Giannis and the amount of attention he draws, such as it can really like junk up a lot and create great opportunities for guys that might not be able to excel in that way without his presence. So because of Giannis, Greece is going to be a team to watch out for, and a team that also could become more of the sum of its parts based on how unguardable Giannis is for certain rosters in FIBA. So third, we have France. France has gone a little bit low-key during this process. There's not a lot of the big flash names, but they do have girth of NBA players, and that's led by Rudy Gobert, Nicholas Batum, Evan Fournier, Frank Ntilikina, and newly signed Boston Celtic Vincent Poirier. So some of the things that really like help them separate themselves are obviously their size, their length, and they do have a fair share of rim protection with Rudy Gobert and Vincent Poirier. A lot of their offense, especially in the half court, relies on shooting by Evan Fournier and guys like Nicholas Batum, but they also do have some intriguing defensive potential, especially because they already have the rim protection part down, and a guy like Frank Ntilikina is a guy that can defend full court. He has kind of like the length to switch across, and in certain situations that could be their best defense, is their ability to like maybe play full court and make teams get into bad shots and bad possessions and things of that nature. So France is definitely a team that's on my radar. It's just a team that, you know, they have a nice, unique collection of talent. They all complement each other really well. It'll kind of be just a matter of how well they can score in a half-court setting, because if they can figure that out, they're another dangerous team as well. So second, I have is Australia. So with Australia, they already have some history with USA. They beat them in that exhibition game, but I think the thing that sticks out for me the most with them is their defense. Right? They led by Patty Mills and Matthew Dellavedova. They have the ability to play you full court all the way. I actually even add Joe Ingles to that. And then with guys like Aaron Baines and Andrew Bogut, they're very solid inside, and that gives them a presence as a defensive rebounding team, as a rim protection team. And you add that with kind of like their ability to guard out on the perimeter, and then on top of that, you know, they set up their defense in a way that is very modern, and they try to force teams into mid-range shots. And you saw Team USA get pulled to that trap a lot because it's so open that, you know, they think they're getting to a good shot against a good spot, but in reality you're playing to Australia's hand. They cut out the threes, they cut out the paint shots, and it's just very shoot your mid-range and survive on that. And then offensively, you know, they do very well moving the ball. Aaron Baines has really looked really good shooting the basketball. I was surprised by that. But then they also have guys like, you know, Patty Mills, who went off for 30 against USA. Joe Ingles is a shooter. And they have a lot of guys that can just kind of spread the floor and beat you up that way. Then they kind of have the interior presence with Aaron Baines and Bogut, who not just work as potential targets at the rim, but they can also initiate offense and be a little bit of a passing hub, if you will. Andrew Bogut showed a lot of that as, you know, like a DHO guy, like he could work with the give and goes. He beat up Mason Plumlee a couple times in those exhibition games. So I think Australia's two-way ability as a good ball moving, motion-based offense, and then their, you know, stellar defense that has the athleticism and versatility to defend across the board, and then also force teams inside and shoot mid-range shots, is a really good formula for success. And they're a team that I could see, you know, meeting in a gold medal potentially. So much respect to Australia. And finally, the team that everyone talks about, Serbia. Serbia has the one thing that none of these other teams I mentioned except for Greece have, and that's star power. Led by Nikola Jokic and Bogi Bogdanovic. They are, they are super talented. Nikola Jokic gives them that passing ability. He simplifies their offense in a way because you're able to just kind of play through him, and they allow guys to, you know, search and cut and get these kind of easier shots that they wouldn't really be able to create for themselves. Bogi has been really good as like a half court, you know, kind of safety net for them. Kind of plays like a role that for the Nuggets like Jamal Murray does, where he's just like an off-ball shooter. Gunner, he's had some really great shots. He was a big reason why they were able to beat Greece without Nikola Jokic in one of their exhibition games. And the man's a shooter, and he's a tough shot maker, and those are the type of people that in the right circumstances can get caught and can make some things happen. And on top, I can't forget to bring up my man Bobby, 7'5", 7'6" monster. He fares much better in the FIBA game because of the FIBA rules and their ability to just allow players to, kind of park themselves in the paint. He's able to do that a little bit more. And on top of that, the man is skilled. He has really nice touch, and even like a play like this, look at him. That's not Nikola Jokic there. That is Bobby leading the split action, making the right read. So they have two guys who can really play make from the big position. They have guys who can shoot and stretch the floor. We'll see if they can defend well enough, but just off that type of star power alone, they're definitely going to be Team USA's biggest competition heading into this FIBA tournament. Alright guys, that's it for the video. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe. As you see, my site is up. This is my YouTube page. I've even got a IG page and a Facebook page out. So there's a lot of mediums, for whatever your thing is, to follow my work. I'm hoping to do maybe like one more video on FIBA, but I'll probably have analysis after every USA game. And then if they make it to the gold medal game, I will probably have a little video out on that and kind of just break down the matchups and what to watch for. So again, guys, thank you for the support. Initially, I've really loved it. I'm hoping to get even more eyes on this heading into the season. So again, thank you. Please subscribe. I'm out.